Hi, my name is Sheila Atkins. I am here today to inform you, the audience, of prescription painkillers abuse and heroin in our counties. First, I would like to talk about addiction itself and its effects on families. Secondly, we will look at prescription medication abuse and how it leads into heroin use. Then followed by the definition of heroin and its effects in the communities we live in. It is possible for someone you love to be addicted to prescription pain medication, and you may not even know. But for some people, that is not the case. People living in today's society must be aware about the dangers that prescription pain medication can cause them, as well as the people around them. Now we will talk about addiction itself and its effects on family. The abuse of and addiction to pain medications such as heroin and prescription painkillers relieves in a serious global problem that affects the health, social, and economic welfare of all societies. Addiction causes compulsive drug seeking, and used despite harmful consequences to the addicted person and others around them. When a person is addicted to prescription pain relievers, each day becomes an exercise in making sure there are enough pills to get them through the day. If there aren't, then he or she has to figure out how can they get them. They may take their bill money. They may take items in their home and sell them to get that money to get that pain relief. They may borrow from someone to get pain medicine, or borrow pills from someone else to get the pills. What must not happen is that the withdrawal sickness and pain must not kick in. It is well known when that parent is the person that is addicted has a negative effect on their family members. The parent becomes bogged down and daily functions are hard for them to handle. And then the family suffers financially, emotionally, and mentally. Prescription medications abuse and how it leads into heroin. The National Institute of Drugs state that prescription opioids are one of the three main broad categories of medication that presents abuse liability. The other two big stimulants and central nervous system depressants. How the addiction leads into the heroin is basically that they get the painkillers and they're not able to buy them off the street, and then this leads them into searching for it from the drug dealers or other users. This becomes the consuming activity of an opiate pain reliever addict. People who abuse opiates may seek to intensify their experience by taking the drugs in ways others and that they do prescriptions. People who abuse pills may crush them, snort them, or inject them. Not only increases the endorphins, but it also increases the risk of serious medical complications such as respiratory arrest, coma, and addiction. They crave the drug, and the drug-induced changes in the brain function can have many behavioral consequences, including the inability to exert control of the impulse to use drugs despite abusive consequences. The defining characteristics is addiction. And the define of heroin and the effect it has upon our counties. What is heroin? Heroin is an opioid drug that is synthesized from morphine, a natural occurring substance extracted from the seed pod of an Asian opium poppy plant. Heroin usually appears as a white or brown powder, as a black sticky substance known as black tar heroin. In 2011, 4.2 million aged 12 or older, at 1.6%, had used heroin at least once in their lives. It is estimated about 23% of individuals who use heroin become dependent on it. The most deadly drug in the state of North Carolina is painkillers. North Carolina is on a track to once again surpass 1,000 prescription overdose deaths this year, according to the North Carolina Attorney General Roy Cooper. We see more people dying from this problem than we do from all other drugs combined, he said. Nearly 5% of Americans ages 12 or older say they've abused prescription painkillers, according to the CDC. The highest rate of abuse was reported in Oklahoma, while the lowest was in Nebraska and Iowa. Many may not know that heroin can be bought off the streets in your neighborhood and around the area counties of western North Carolina. In conclusion, I assume at the beginning of this speech you had your own thoughts for painkiller, drug addiction, and heroin. I hope that this information that I have shared with you it has enlightened you and helped you in the future of how to educate or help others that are experiencing this in their home or in their family. Just a reminder, it may take that family member or spouse to hit rock bottom until they can find their way out of addiction. You can be there to give the support that they may need at that time, but that's all that you can do, because you cannot bring them out of the addiction. They have to want to do it for themselves.